We are back for another review of Sisters on BET. I think we're on season 1, episode 11. So we are just going to jump right into the review. As usual, I got notes on my computer and my camera's over here, so I'll be looking back and forth. Alright, so all the girls are at Andy's house and they've come to realize like Gary has been playing her and playing her the situation, and they've also been able to confirm that the lady that Danny saw at the airport is in fact not Gary's wife. So there is possibly a third or fourth woman in this whole Gary love triangle. Okay, so Danny and Karen, they can't get along. They're bickering the whole time that they're supposed to be there in support of Andy. So she asks them to leave, and they tell I'm sorry, whatever, I'll be good, basically. Then Gary comes scrolling in the door with his key, even though he's supposed to be at home with his wife, making nice so that Andy doesn't have to represent her. And the girls they're not there with the Danny want to cut him. Everybody else just wants him to get out, basically. And then Andy's kind of sitting there. She can't face him or whatever. And then during the course of Danny threatening to stab the shit out of him, she comes to and she snaps to, and I guess she has some kind of concoction in her mind to play along with Gary, long enough to figure out what his motives are and to make his life as difficult as he has made hers. So she tells the girls, go in the room, I'll talk to him. And she wants to coax out of Gary, hey, what's your plan? Like, what do you really want me to do? Do you want me to soften the blow of the divorce and still represent her? Like, what's your plan? And unfortunately, Gary never tells us the plan at this point because he's so uncomfortable with her friends being there. So we just gonna have to wait and see what is Andy's role in this whole fiasco. All right, so she wants him to go home and still try to work it out with his wife. He eventually leaves because she has softened the blow of her friends trying to get at him, and he walks out. She calls the girls out when he was about to kiss her because she knows if he kisses her, she's gonna be back into the whole Gary love triangle situation. So she tells the girls to come out, in an effort to avoid falling for that trap. And then Gary walks outside and he's listening at the door. She's talking to the girls. She's like, don't talk. Let's just go to the room because he's still out there listening. So, yeah. So they're all just kind of sitting there, just kind of admitting things because all the girls didn't know that Gary was living there. So kind of threw them off when they saw that he had a key. Everybody's kind of, telling their stories or whatever, kind of admitting their truths, and Sabrina, brings it on home with the Calvin vibrator story. So I guess that kind of lightened the mood a little bit. All right, so we go into the next scene, and everybody's kind of sitting around drinking wine, still confessing, kind of having girl time or whatever, and everybody's drinking wine and apologizing for their roles in issues that may be part of the friend girl group. And Danny also apologizes to Karen and tells her that she slept with Zach. But this is only under the guise of her getting her to watch the sex tape she made with Zach, which wasn't in fact a sex tape. It was just Zach kind of admitting, he messed up. He wanted to give it another shot with Karen. He really loves her, blah, blah, blah. Just all in his drunken, intoxicated stupor. I guess that's the word. Yeah, sure. In the drunken stupor that he was in when he was trying to bone Danny. We already know he'd never boned Danny. It was a pillow. Don't know how drunk or how you got to be to confuse those two. But that's not my business. So she shows the video to Karen, and Karen kind of melts for Danny, Zach all over again. So I guess she's forgiving Karen. Karen and Danny end up saying I'm sorry, forgiving each other. So that whole disagreement is resolved. Yay. All right. We move on, and Karen comes over to Danny's house to collect Zach, and Zach is like, hey, I'm sorry, I slept with your friend, blah, 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 da, da, da. And Karen's like, did you not watch the tape? And basically, everybody resolved everything. Nobody slept with nobody. We're all good. We're all friends again. Blah, blah, blah. Let me collect my man and go home. So on the ride, they're discussing, working on themselves together, independently and while being together. And, I guess the emotion overtakes them and they get it popping in the car on the side of the street. Okay. Sabrina gets to work and she's talking about Calvin, and Maurice was able to coax the information out of her about Calvin and the vibrator. And he says, "Hey, why don't you invite my bisexual friend over and offer a threesome on the table and see if he accepts it, and then you'll have your answer from then." Don't know if that will solidify what she needs to know, but yeah. So that is the plan. Even though Maurice said he was out of it last episode, I guess he's back in because Sabrina and Calvin have had sex, and maybe he wishes it was him. All right. Andy is now at work and she's talking to Karen. She's anticipating Gary's wife coming in, her and the private investigator, just to see what they found out. And she, in that call with Karen, she finds out that, hey, Zach is back in Karen's bed. So I think maybe she is a little bit disheartened because they had made 10,000 packs to leave these men alone individually, and Karen is now back with Zach. So I don't know if she'll be able to withstand not being with Gary, but after all of this, girl, you should be able to not even think about a damn Gary. But okay. So she hangs up the phone. Gary's wife and the private detective comes in, and as soon as she sits down, she's like, "Hey, Gary's wife, whatever her name is, I was looking forward to meeting with you guys." And Gary's wife just puts the shit on the table like, "Oh, so you the bitch that's fucking my husband." Ooh, child. So that is where they left episode 11. It looks like the pastor's ex-wife, the crazy white lady, is going to have a gun and somebody's getting shot. Some more friendships are falling apart. Gary's wife is confronting Andy, and shit is getting thick. So I will be reviewing that episode as well, because that is going to be, I think, a major turning point in the season. So that is my review for season 1, episode 11, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.